Welcome everyone to the Chelsea Till I Die podcast. I'm your host Justin, and I'm joined today by an awesome Chelsea fan called Suri, and this is gonna be the match review of Chelsea 3, Burnley 0. Okay, Suri, how are you doing today?
Doing good, you?
Yeah, good. Good to get a win at home. Okay, so
Yes.
we're gonna go through like a lineup reaction and initial match reaction. So Suri, you can give a one sentence review of what you thought the match was, like how the match went.
The overall match,
Yeah,
like they were very good, but like I feel like at times they're very slow. Like they're still playing the ball back from like defenders to defenders, and just
yeah.
they're too slow to transition.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the lineup reaction? Because Lampard fielded in, like, I would say quite a controversial lineup. He had Christensen starting instead of Tamori or Zuma, and he had Ross Barkley on, and Mateo Kovacic was on the
Yeah,
bench. So what
yeah.
was
At
your
first,
reaction to
I
that
thought it was a
lineup
very
before the game started?
weird lineup, especially because you got Zuma and Tamori who's playing very well, and you got Kovacic is also playing very
Yeah,
well, and then you get Barkley and Christensen playing,
yeah,
which haven't really shown
yeah,
their skills of just yet. And then Hudson-Odoi, I feel like he's been playing better lately, and also I get it because
yeah.
Pulisic is injured. Yeah.
Pulisic was injured. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, let's go through the first half. So I'll go first. I'll talk about like what I thought Chelsea did good. So like you said, like
Mhm.
Barkley hasn't been good for Chelsea at all, and it was quite a bold statement from Lampard to play him. But I think Barkley actually played really good. He was dynamic. He was like looking to attack, which is what we needed against Burnley's like defensive block, which they play really low and deep. They're just gonna park the bus. So that was definitely a big factor to what I thought we played good. And I thought Callum Hudson-Odoi today, he showed what like we needed from him. He was like doing 1v1s. He wasn't scared to take on defenders on the right-hand side. And he was linking up really well with Reece James on the right-hand side. They're doing a bunch of 1-2s, and Callum Hudson-Odoi was like, he was cutting in, which allowed Reece James like space for him to overlap. And his crossing is pretty good, which was very effective for Chelsea. And I thought Willian was really dangerous down the left-hand
Mhm.
side, like always.
Okay, so
What are your
I,
thoughts?
I disagree to an extent about Barkley. I feel like you know
Yeah,
Barkley played very simple, and Kovacic can do the exact same thing. Um, and
yeah,
like at times, I also thought Mason Mount was very slow. He like they were like when we were on counter attacks, he could have played the ball a
yeah,
bit faster
yeah,
and end up losing the ball. Um, and the two goals we did get, the penalty was, it's questionable whether we should have got it or not.
yep,
And it's an
yeah,
easy goal for us.
yeah.
And then the header was
Okay,
okay. Yeah, it was a good finish, but the keeper really should have saved that. So
yeah,
in reality, it should have
should have
been
saved it.
1 or
Yeah.
maybe 2-0.
Okay, so I would, yeah, okay, I would like to ask you this. How do you think Rudiger played? Because I didn't think he had a good first half in terms of his distribution. He kept trying to like ping balls out so long, and it kept missing. Like, do you think like did
Um,
Rudiger have a
I think he
good first
played
half?
okay, I guess, but at times he did give away like silly fouls. He's just trying to like he's always trying to foul players uh,
Yeah,
like it's unnecessary, and I just at times he didn't play the ball very well. He could have just played it simple. Instead, he's trying to switch the ball and he's just giving the ball away. So, but yeah,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think Christensen had a good game and a better first half than Rudiger is because Christensen can play the ball out from the back. Like he might not be
yeah,
a
true.
physical
But
defender,
at
but
times
he
also
can pass.
Christensen, I think whenever they played a long ball, Christensen would jump a bit early and end up like jumping on top of the player
Yeah, yeah,
and giving a foul away. But other than that, I think he played pretty well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I would like. Okay,
Hmm.
so Burnley scored a goal, but it was
Yeah.
offside, right? And it was from a set piece. And this has been a reoccurring problem from Chelsea from like defending set pieces because they play zonal marking, right? So they're not playing man to man. So do you think Chelsea should switch to man to
Yeah,
be more effective
I
in
really think so. We
defending
give away
the set
way too
pieces?
many goals from corners and set pieces. I just feel like it's okay, maybe not simple, but like it's a quick fix where you just go man marking, and I guess you can have some zonal players,
Yeah,
but everyone should be marking a player and then some zonal.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I agree. I think
Hmm.
that should be something that Lampard should look at. So I'd like to get what are your thoughts on Reece James and Colm
Uh,
Hudson-Odoi, like
I
their
think
partnership
yeah, I think they're
on the
playing
right hand
like
side?
both of them played pretty well. I feel like both of them like they did their jobs. They had a lot of they did a lot of crosses, and like they're a real threat to Burnley. Um, and yeah, I just
Yeah,
thought they both played very well. But at times, I think James he likes to, I guess, skill players, and like I think one time he lost the ball and almost cost us a goal. So
yeah,
it's some yeah, he's still young. Both players are still
yeah.
young, but
He's
yeah,
still young,
they'll get
so
better.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, so so what I noticed from the first half is like yeah, we were attacking pretty good. Like we started out slow, but then as like every minute went, we started progressing and attacking more. And I thought that,
Yeah.
Chelsea should be playing more simple passes instead of sometimes like Rudiger would just like ping up the
Hmm.
ball all the way to like one of the wingers and it would miss. Like do you think
Uh,
Chelsea should play more simple instead of
to an
just
extent,
kicking the
because
ball at
I feel
times?
like if they play way too simple, it's just gonna be the same thing like when we played against West Ham and Southampton, where we just played the ball back and forth
Yeah.
from the defenders.
Yep.
I think those long balls from the center backs to the wingers, they're good, but only if they get to the player, and if not, then there's no real point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
need someone like David Luiz who can pass. Okay, so I mean, this last point I want to get. I thought Willian had a really good first half. He was like
Hmm.
probably our most dangerous attacker in the first half, in my opinion. Like he kept switching the ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi
Yeah.
and Reece James, and he got us to penalty. And he kept finding small pockets in like Burnley's like very tight defensive block because Sean Dyke likes to play really compact. Like, do you agree with this that
Yeah.
Willian
Yeah. I
was
think
our
so.
best player in
I
the
think
first
he was the
half?
best player in the half. I don't know, but
Yeah,
he kind of plays like Eden Hazard in a way, in like that he always tries to cut and shoot, especially from corners. He's super deadly.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and yeah, he's just yeah.
yeah,
A lot of people don't like him, but like I personally like him because he's fast, and he's very direct.
yeah,
He tries to beat players. And he got like
yep,
some players just they
yeah,
play it way too simple, just go back and forth. But Willian is more direct, and yeah, I think he had
yeah,
a good first half.
yeah. Okay, so this is another point I want to make. So like there's been lots of fans on Twitter saying that Callum Hudson-Odoi should play on
Hmm.
the left wing and Willian should play on the right wing. But I think Callum Hudson-Odoi should be playing right wing because if he plays left wing, right, Callum
Yeah.
Hudson-Odoi, all he does is cuts in and shoots, right? But then if he plays left wing, he's unpredictable. He
Hmm.
can drive down the line or cut in at the same time, and he has that partnership with Reece James. Like,
Yeah,
do you think
I
Callum
think he should be
Hudson-Odoi should be
playing
playing
right
right wing
wing,
or left
especially
wing?
because I think when William plays right wing, it feels like he isn't as effective because William likes cutting in and shooting, and then Hudson
Yeah,
Odoi, like his right foot,
yeah,
like he's really good at crossing. His crossing is very good, but then as soon as you put him on the left side, he has to cross with his
yeah,
left foot, and it's not as good. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And if he's on
and
left side, all he does
I
is
think
cut
William's better
cut
at
in
that than
on his right.
Hudson.
Yeah, 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 agreed. Okay, so who do you thought was our best player of the first half, and what improvements you
I
thought
think our
we
best
could
player,
make from
yeah,
the
was
first half?
probably Willian. And for improvements, I feel like
Yeah,
I think at times we were still very slow, like and we didn't play through the middle too often, especially like I think Jorginho, he didn't get the ball as often as you would like. And I think he's a really big part of
yeah, yep,
of like Chelsea's success and how they do. But we did get 2 goals in the end, so nothing really.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I absolutely agree. Okay, so let's move on to the second half review. So I'll just give my thoughts on the second half. So I thought the second half was okay. I think we started out slow like we did in the first half, but then we started to build momentum as the half went. And then after Callum Hudson-Odoi got his goal from Azpilicueta's assist, like you could see that Callum Hudson-Odoi was a different player and he was confident. He kept running at the defenders and linking up with Reece James. And I thought Mount had a much better second half because in the first half he didn't get the ball that much, and when he did, he didn't do anything special with it. But in the second half, he improved. He was passing more. And I also thought Chelsea looked a lot better near the end of the second half. Like they were able to break down Burnley's like tight block like so many times. Like that could be probably because Burnley's looking to get a goal. So Chelsea are counter-attacking. And I thought Christensen had a pretty good second half as well. He was solid.
Yeah,
What
I
are your
agree with
thoughts on the
most of your
second half?
points. I think yeah, Hudson-Odoi, as soon as he got the goal, he played a lot better. He was a lot more confident, especially because he hasn't. I think that's his
Yeah.
first Premier League goal. So that's yeah. You could see when he
Yeah.
scored, he was
Yep. That's his
super
first.
super excited and just really happy to score. Yeah, it meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
And
It meant a lot
yeah,
to him.
I also agree. The fact that Burnley, because they were 2-3 nil down, they kind of had to go for it, and I think that is the reason why we played
Yeah.
better in the first half, because we
Yeah.
had a lot more room to play the ball, because
Yeah.
they can't be sitting on a low block
Yeah.
when they're 3-0 down. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Exactly.
I think everyone played well. I think Abraham started playing better. I think his hold up was better towards the end, and
Yeah.
Mount, I think yeah, he got a little better, but and I don't really like him, so.
Yeah. Yeah. He first half, I have to admit, he didn't have a good first half at all. But the second half, he was starting to shoot and asking for the ball more and trying to play a pass. I mean, okay, I would like to get your thoughts on Barkley because I actually
Yeah,
personally
yeah,
I thought Barkley
he
had a
played.
good
Yeah, he played
second
better in
half.
the second half, I think.
And like did you remember? I think it was his pass to like Abraham. There was
Uh,
this really one good through ball.
no, I don't remember, but
I mean,
I think
oh
yeah,
yeah,
Barkley.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, I think second half played better. I think he. I think
yeah,
it's also because they wanted to get a goal. They're not sitting in a low block anymore, and he had more time on the
yeah,
ball because of it. Um,
yeah,
and I think uh,
yeah,
but other than that, though, like I think Kovacic can do the same thing, and I feel like he's more like he dribbles through lines and everything, and I think Barkley just tries to he plays it simple for me. I just yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think why Lampard picked Barkley for that game is because Burnley is a really big and physical
Hmm.
side, and Barkley's 6 foot. He's a big guy, and he attacks more. I guess trying to break down Burnley's low block, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think he had a good game. Barkley had a good game, but
Yeah.
should he be a Chelsea
Also,
starter?
because
Definitely not.
a lot of people talk about how good he was in preseason, but one of the reasons he did so well is because people look at his
Yeah,
goals and assists, and most of it came from penalties. So it doesn't
yeah,
like you
penalties.
can't. Yeah, it
Yeah,
isn't all about goals and all.
yeah. I was definitely tricked by Barkley
Yeah.
preseason's form. I thought he was gonna be starting instead of Mount
Hmm.
for some reason, but I was completely wrong. Okay, so I mean now let's talk about man of the match. Who do
Um,
you think deserved to
I
be man of the
think.
match?
I think Abraham. I think yeah, he. Yeah, I think I'd give it to Abraham.
Okay.
Ah,
For me, I would give it to Reece James because his assist for Abraham, and also there was so many times where he was just combining with Callum Hudson-Odoi and he was crossing. But yeah, like at times he would play too risky.
Yeah.
lose the ball, and Chelsea would be on the break.
Mhm.
But he's a young defender, so he'll learn from it. Not everything's gonna be 100%. Okay, I'd like to move on. So, like this problem wasn't evident in Burnley's game, but it was definitely evident against like West Ham, Southampton, I think Bournemouth and Brighton, where Chelsea is just
Mm.
unable to break the other team's low block and score. And against Brighton, they were unable to score another goal, and Brighton scored an amazing goal to make it 1-1, even though Chelsea should have scored to secure the game to make it 2-0. And under Sari, I remember Sari saying that this is a big problem for Chelsea, that they're unable to see off the games and unable to break down the low blocks. And now Lampard is saying it's a big problem for Chelsea. And I think this is a big problem is because we don't have a creative midfielder who can like play a pass like Fabregas that will completely change the game. And do you agree with this? Like, do you agree with that we need to fix this problem and that
Yeah,
we
and
need
yeah, I think so. Cause
creative midfielder?
yeah, a lot of times against like low block teams, like we play it way too simple, and I feel like Mount as like for me, he's kind of just uh, I don't know.
Yeah, to me, he's like a second striker more. Like he plays off Abraham and he presses the defenders, but he doesn't pick out like
Yeah, yeah.
pockets in
So
the defense like Fabregas
yeah,
does.
I don't really know how to. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so Christensen, I mean not Christensen, um, Ericsson from Tottenham is available for only 20 million. You know, Tottenham probably won't sell him, but do you think Ericsson is the
Yeah, I
fix to
think he'd be a
this?
really good addition to the Chelsea side, especially because yeah, this entire Chelsea squad, I don't think there's any left footers except for Emerson. Yeah,
Yeah, Emerson, but he
yeah, yeah.
doesn't even.
So
I don't think
yeah,
he
having a
Emerson should start.
yeah, and he plays like those like through balls and plays balls in between lines and everything, and
Yeah,
yeah, and he's got the experience with him as well. You know, like you got players like Mount and
exactly.
Abraham and Hudson-Odoi who aren't
Yeah,
like they're not consistent because they're really young. And although
yeah,
he's not playing very
yeah,
well in Tottenham, like I feel like if he's yeah,
yeah.
that's a bargain.
For 20 million, that's. But
Yeah,
Tottenham will not sell him for
unfortunately.
sure to us without a doubt.
Yeah.
Inter Milan apparently is trying to get him Conte. Okay, so I mean, this is near the end of the podcast, and I would
Yep.
like to do a January transfer window lightning round where I name you some transfer target player, some players that
Mhm.
Chelsea are linked to in the transfer window, and all you have to do is say yes or no, and give one sentence
Okay.
why you think you want that player or not. Okay, I'll start up with Musa
No,
Dembele.
because his stats aren't. I feel like his stats aren't insane. They're not as good as it should be, especially when you're playing in the French league.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's
yeah,
not physical enough, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because that's my. Okay, what about Zaha, Wilfred Zaha?
Mm, yes
Going for
and
80
no.
million.
Yeah. No, I don't think because yeah, 80 million is I feel like way too much, especially because I think he's like 28, so he's only got like 3 or 4 years left.
Yeah,
And you got if you just give time to Hudson-Odoi and like Pulisic, they'll become probably better than them.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I agree. I think Zaha is a no for 80 million. That is way
Mhm.
too much.
If it was like 50, 60, then
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe. Okay, what about Nathan Ake? Because we couldn't get him from a release clause that Chelsea put in for 40 million
Mhm.
from Bournemouth. Do you think we should activate that?
No,
Why?
because we already have 4 defenders. We got Rudiger, we got Tamori, and we got Zuma, and then we got Christensen, who are all good defenders.
Okay, what
And
if I said this? Nathan Ake can play left back too, right? And we do need a left back.
Hmm.
You think that changes anything? Would
Then
you
yeah, I
still take
think
him?
yeah, I'll take him then, left
Yeah.
back then. Yeah,
Okay.
because yeah, we really need a left back.
What about Thomas Lamar from Atletico Madrid?
Uh, I'm
Apparently,
not sure because I haven't seen him play at
oh,
all. I haven't seen how he's playing and.
apparently, he's going for a loan deal for 5 million, but then
Mhm.
I think his option to buy is 50 million. But I would say no, because
Yeah.
he had one good season at Monaco, and then he
Mm.
moved to Atletico Madrid, and he hasn't been the same player ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really don't have any option and we need someone for a panic buy, I think we would just take him on a loan deal for 6 months.
Yeah. I also I feel like we also have quite a lot of wingers right now,
Yeah,
especially because you got like Willian. He's like in form right now,
yeah,
and so you only got one more spot left. Then you got Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic.
yeah.
And if you put
And
in another one like Lamar, then it's three wingers fighting for one place, and I
yeah,
think players won't. Yeah.
and we potentially might be bringing Sancho in the summer,
Hmm.
so there would be no point bringing in Lamar for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last player, Darius Mertens from Napoli, a surprise link because I
Uh,
think he's. Would you bring him to the team?
um, no, I don't think so. No,
Yeah,
because
same. I think he's
he's
quite
only got like 1 or 2 more years left.
yeah,
Because he's like 32 or something, right?
yeah,
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 he's getting old, and
yeah,
Willian's 30, I think, right?
yeah,
So yeah, you don't really need a more experienced player.
yeah. I don't think. Yeah, same. I don't think we should go for him. Okay, so I mean, I guess this is a wrap to the podcast. Thank you everyone for listening to the debut episode of the Chelsea Till I Die podcast. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at CTID underscore podcast, and be sure to check us out on Spotify. That's just Chelsea Till I Die, and check us out on Anchor. Thank you.